Okay.
We live yet?
Yes, we're live yet. Yes, yes. I forget to press push to talk button. Okay, let's start this off. So hello ladies and gentlemen, for the people watching later on, and welcome to the second match of semifinals between TonyTheBum and Mr. Grimmstripper. Tony, say hi.
And I'm Tony, and I'm here with Yoruus. Hopefully you'll have good comments on this game. Grimmstripper is still a very strong player, so I'm still quite fearful what happens next.
Whoa! Wow.
Well, we're still going on the same path of picking civs with random numbers, and we both got, well, as you can see, Mongolia.
Wow.
So it is going to be a rush to Kazakhs.
Salt.
And look at the capital.
Yeah. Wow. Well, timers are a little bit off. I'm gonna sync it when the turn reroll. Wait a second. You planted on salt? Am I missing something? No. Okay, you plant on the other side of the river. Alright, fine. Let's stop in here for a second. And Grim goes to the hill.
Grim moves to the hill, which is a smart idea. Also gives him the cotton very fast.
Yep. So any like explanation about your plan?
Not particularly. I planted on just because I wanted the fast start. I wasn't really considering the hill as a huge advantage. The deer, by the way, is a big deal, and I do have it in my land, while he might have it as well. So he basically moved one tile to the right, and I moved one tile to the left.
Oh, loading screen, huh?
Yeah, there's always a loading screen on turn 0. Not sure why. And those Mongolian...
So you're after loading screen, huh?
I see it right now. You see your fast forwarding?
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait a little bit when Grim's gonna
Yeah,
finish.
we basically had to
sync
restart.
it.
Since it was a crash. We changed host, I believe, this game. No, I think I'm still hosting. So it was just a crash for me. He had time to explore with his warrior before he plants. Nice. Good job. Sometimes delaying your settler plant on turn 0 is quite helpful if you get more vision.
Yeah, he's got very much better
And,
starting spot.
If the people have watched game 1, I don't have the academy bonus in this game. So that's going to change things. Hopefully better for me.
Better for you than you don't have an academy?
Well, I didn't notice, so.
Okay. Now it should be synced. Perfect. Come on, petition to Firaxis. We need observer mode. Damn it.
I have a pause. Okay, there you go.
Well, Grim again. What? Wow. Grim is lucky on scouting though. Starting off with the monument, a little bit better spot, and he went the correct way. Yeah, you found Lake Victoria. What the? This is like, this map is just crazy, okay?
I made a mistake with my warrior though, since I'm sending him the wrong direction. But apparently looks
Lake
like
Victoria. Lake Victoria and Mount. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
But he's still missing Lake Victoria though.
Yeah, you like
and it's in the back. Alright, now tell me one thing though. If you see it, it's in the back. What's your thought process? Are you going to go back to plant those wonders instantly? Or you want to go front?
The thing is, in most duels, it's very difficult to plant wonders in a pattern that holds on to perfect situations. And since I've been playing a lot of FFA games, I do like rushing. Having an advantage of rushing keeps your city smaller, so your religion can go from city to city a lot faster, which is usually a good thing. Plus, you get the buildings faster and everything else. So there's a cumulative effect of getting religion really quickly.
Okay, we've got a question in here from Sid Wizard. Do you ever find it difficult when someone does an honor rush early on?
I usually laugh at people who rush with honor.
Yes.
It's completely useless in most games. If
Yes,
you do that,
exactly.
I'm basically gonna play defense and then wait for my culture to expand on them.
There's no real, I mean, like, honor rush, that's not a viable strategy. To honor rush to work, you would need to, not only, like, stay on one city for a long, long time, get tributes off of city-states, which is quite impossible. Your capital would need to be so fast, or you would need to forward settle another player's capital, and you've got, like, one option. And where do you go from there later on in the game, if it's a free-for-all? And in Duel, if you start so far away, that's never gonna work. Liberty is just so much free stuff from Liberty to speed up your early game. Honor is just not viable.
The question of armor, it boosts army, but you lose army with happiness, production, and all that army bonuses. So, I mean, having yourself stay happy is a bigger military advantage than any honor bonus you can get.
Yep.
Which is always a struggle in this game to stay happy.
Well, Grimm is looking to have... He's gonna have an amazing game. You're two popping settler. Okay, quite interesting.
He's already found my scout. He's already explored both wonders on his side of the map. He has a slight advantage since he's going on a granary. And what am I doing at this moment?
Settler.
And I am going for the settler plan, which I mentioned.
Which I'm kind of quite surprised though, because okay, you Turkey know nothing past to the back of the map, so settler can go there freely. He has one turn liberty advantage, and he's growing his city to population 3 with 3 souls, probably quite fast. You have though a scout on his capital right now.
Yeah, I usually like to build that early scout just so I can do this exact move I'm doing right now.
You're
Scout
close
capital,
though.
Look for workers, look for weaknesses, or I can exploit in a later part of the game. Just trying to find out where exactly he is.
I would like to ask a question though. Wow, his scout, he sees your capital, you don't see his scout, by the way. I just have a question right now. If you, now you scouted the capital, you know you're super close to each other, do you still want to get that first settler to the wonders?
Well, like I said, it's a cumulative effect on wonders, so the faster you get that wonder, the better it is. Now, he did get lucky with the scouting. I don't really plan on that being a huge difference in this game. So on a standard game, or on any game, having the wonder for me is a huge difference. Crossbows is very difficult in the duel games.
Whoa.
So, I mean, if you own a city, the defense value of a city is quite strong. So you basically can hold on that city unless you get two massive armies. So
you just saved the scout. Nice.
The faster you plant cities, the better it is. And if you can just run around as many settlers as possible, the stronger you become. So that's kind of my thought process right here. I'm hoping that I can fix my happy problems and gold problems I had in game 1 by getting religion, which I didn't like him getting Stonehenge on me.
Well, the scout's gonna die though.
He is a faster clicker, so my odds of winning with that scout this game is not too good. My warrior is quite lost at the moment. I don't like what I did with the warrior. And he does have the advantage of crushing my scouts.
Yes.
But
well, I think you need to. Yeah, he has vision too. Though I'm kind of afraid that you need to use the warrior to actually escort your settler because you have no idea where the scout is.
Yeah, he has a scout on my capital, and he also moved twice, and I was not able to bomb him.
Oh, so there's the scout.
So he got a scout vision, which might interfere with my settler, and it's forcing me to retreat my warrior back to my city.
Yes, and on top of that, he can actually block that with that scout. He can block the settlement of the wonders.
I'm also not using the warrior properly since I wasn't able to help my front scout on the capital. So having a warrior and a scout using.
Well, he does not see your warrior though. Maybe he's gonna go in the wrong spot. Just like chance.
I'm hoping that my warrior would have an effect. That he would probably a 2-move.
But you know, with this starting location, I think we did chat about it. In this starting location, I really, really love a fast worker. I mean, like, Salt is so good, improved. It's just, ugh.
Over the 2 wonders.
Yes.
He really has no idea of what my
wow.
He makes no mistakes. No mistakes.
Wow, what a fast move. Nice.
No mistakes from him.
Wow. Now, basically, 2-pop settler, yes, is gonna move there faster, but look at all those chops. Worker into mining, improving salt, and gaining chops. I would imagine with 3 salt, you would get the settler and a worker at exactly the same time when you pop 2 settler. On top of that, you can fit in probably a scout in the meantime. Which means you get the happiness, you can grow the city with wonders, since Lake Victoria, so you can grow, get the wonder. I much more like what's Grim doing right now. Especially that scout in the back is going exactly to the wonder spot right now, so he can block you off quite nicely. And you don't have an extra unit, you need to make an extra unit right now. And you're making a shrine.
He also has that hill tone.
Okay, wait. Now, please explain me one thing though. Why the heck are you making a shrine right now?
I usually would have a shrine by now if I wasn't building a settler. If that first
yeah, okay,
pantheon,
but there's a natural fate wonder you're gonna settle.
I'm getting also a wonder which gives you faith, which deletes the whole purpose of getting shrines.
Yes, that's why I'm asking. Why are you making a shrine? So strange.
At this point, I can't explain.
Oh, you're lucky right now. Grim just scoot out south. He's not gonna block off your settling spot. If he would do that, that all that investment in that first settler would go to waste totally. But he's almost at population 4. Population 4 with a worker.
And he has a granary already built.
Yeah.
And he has the warrior and the scout in pick position to block anything from me from having any flanking ability to steal that first worker that he's going to get. So his salts are in perfect position.
Control
his city is
H.
in a better spot on that hill. And his salts are all invisible to his capital, which mine are still not. I only have the 2 salt in my capital, and he's playing on 3. So
thank you, syllogism.
Plus building on a hill, and he's going to get population 4. So he's rocking really strongly. It's going to be very difficult to catch up. And look at the demographics. Completely crushed.
Yes. That's what I don't really agree. And you're making a warrior now, afraid of the scout. Wow. I really don't like. I think when you got, I'm like, we talked about it. I'm like, if you have a salt in your capital, that early worker I think is so beneficial. I mean, like, it improves the salt to such an amazingly good tile. It's just pure craziness.
Getting that first scout kill was also very strong for him. It stopped me from putting any pressure or having any vision. My unit count is quite low at this point. Usually I like to have 2-3 scouts. And since I did get the settler, I did reduce my ability to put any pressure on him at all. I did finally get the third assault in my capital.
I gotta say right now that if you went for that settler, I would imagine you should make a 3-pop settler right now. Like, extra city could save you. Like, could add a little bit more in here, especially that you theoretically can plant on the gems, for example. So, like, that extra, even on the truffles in the back, still gonna have a hill there. So, like, 2 extra cities to compensate for the fact that he's growing and he's gonna have a beast capital. Because for now, it's not looking good. Salt improved.
Yeah, the salt improved before I even have a worker is a really strong advantage.
He's got a full control of, you can't go forward right now.
Yeah, he has all the military advantage. I'm stuck in my own capital's land. I did get the settler to plant where I wanted to plant, so I am working religion. So yeah, but it was +7.
Yeah, but that was quite lucky, I gotta admit. I'm like,
I had a warrior, so I don't think it was any danger from him being attacking me.
Yes, but he could have blocked off where you wanted to. Look at that. There's like 1 tile passage to that natural wonder. He could either delay you or force you to plant in a way you did not want to. With that 1 scout.
I don't think it was very crucial to his planning to stop me from building the wonder.
No, he's good. He's gonna have a monster capital right now.
He's very content just working on those beautiful starts that he has in his capital. And I do like his city plant. That hill start was a much better idea than my plain start. You do end up by turn 20 to 30, have 20-30 hammers, which is an extra stout, which is a free unit that you can get over somebody who doesn't have it. If you're not planting on a luxury, a hill start is better than a duel. Why I didn't plant on a hill myself, or in a better spot, I think because I wanted to plant faster. Hopefully
Or maybe
they'll
you were
help.
still shaking from the previous game.
And I do remember the previous game, yes. Previous game, I did have a much better.
Wow. He's actually
much
going to
better
grow
start.
to population 6. Like,
Yeah,
he's going to have
and
his
he's not gonna
capital, yeah, ready up, population 6, and like, wow. Working all the good tiles. He's crushing you, Tony, right now. He's crushing you.
Population 6 also helps on the science, helps on the gold, helps from having any negative effect. Seems to have +8. I'm at +7. So even has a science advantage as well. So there's every category of growing your capital to 6 is usually a very strong advantage. You like to have at least 6 capital in most games.
What
except for
Pantheon did you
FFA
pick?
games.
Because I missed that.
I took Gem Pantheon.
Okay.
Because there's gem cities I want to go plant. You can see the one on the left of my capital, the one underneath it, and there's one on the right. So there's 3, and it gives me a large religious advantage. So I'm hoping at this point, since I don't have his demographics, that I would basically play defense and use my religion.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You could get in trouble.
I'm way on the delay, so I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that settler going unprotected versus a scout probably going that way.
I'm using zone of control, so I'm not fearful.
No, I mean that scout. Far on the east. And an archer.
Well,
I don't know where
see
you...
that on my screen. So
Yeah.
I'm not aware of this happening.
Yeah.
You can see he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units to my 3.
Uh-oh.
He also never lost the units at the beginning of the game, and he has time to do it.
Uh-oh. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'm not too worried at my settler. I still have movement on both my units. I own zone of control in the south. I don't want to move my units too fast, so he would basically flank me.
Uh-oh.
So I'm trying to wait at the end of the turn.
Uh-oh. Oh. This looks bad. This looks horrible. You're gonna lose everything in here.
When I move my warrior, as you can see, yours just mentioned, he was able to flank my scout away from my settler. So I have an unprotected settler, completely flanked and outnumbered, which is usually a dreadful thing.
Oh, this is gonna be horrible. You know, wow. There's no way out of this. You know,
Yeah,
you gotta
at
back
this
up.
point,
You gotta back up.
I kind of had a huge surprise when I saw that extra archer and extra scout.
You gotta back up. Back up. No.
I
No.
didn't expect that at all.
No.
Have faith in me. Have faith in me.
No way. No way. What was your idea? Grim is so fast. Grim is so fast. Wow. Wow. GG.
If you're looking at my screen.
Yeah,
hit me
exactly.
Twice with a
Yes.
warrior,
Yes.
and he killed me.
Yes.
And he was able to take my settler.
Whoa.
Before I can press the B button.
All the starting idea about rushing a settler to get 3 fast cities.
Yeah.
Killed.
It's
2 scouts
failure.
dead probably right now. An extra worker for him. Wow.
And a few comments from Grim in the chat. Risky stuff.
Yeah, because there was horribly risky stuff. It was like, wow.
The planting of the city where I was there on a fast B plant usually would be a fast click and competition. And pressing B is faster than attacking. So on most cases, you should never lose that.
It all depends. From my experience, basically, it's like you need to hit the hot spot about in the turn reroll. Then you get the fast clicks. If you spam at the wrong moment, I mean, like somewhere around, like when the timer kind of switches, the turn is not rolling over, but the timer is switching to that strange position. When you do a click there, but you kind of it has to be one click, okay? And you gotta rely on that, at least most of the time from my experience. You gotta rely on that when you press, but once it gets registered and it shuts off first, basically. So if you spam after the 10 rerolls, there's no way, if the other person just got that hot spot, there's no way you can get a fast click.
And the reason why I move my settler forward there and to plant it is that if you're moving backwards, with the amount of army he had, he can basically contain me in my settler will be stuck in my capital. There really isn't that much I can go very far with it. So it was
right now, he's like,
catching up.
Wow. Wow.
And at this point, he's really like destroying me on the fast clicks. There's not even a competition at this point. He's basically had 100% victory on every single combat. He has lost 0 units, and I've been losing units left and right. And he completely destroyed me. My warrior got stuck. Zoned the controlled out. I can't do anything with him anymore, and he wasn't even able to protect my other settler. So at this point, it's a complete domination for all military attacks. Never mind the demographics. He's been destroyed me on most positioning. So a lot of
just
times
like
we clicked on the same tile, and he's zoned me, so my unit was in wrong spots, and it's just can't say
he can do whatever. Yeah, he can do whatever he wants right now.
And he's in full confidence of destroying me.
Wow.
That worker, by the way, he actually walking back with it now, which is a really thing. It's stealing a settler is not so bad. I've lost settlers in many games previously. It has very little effect on the result of the game, but stealing that extra worker has a big effect on the game. You never want to lose a worker to some other early game because the workers are quite expensive at the beginning of the game. And what can you do about it?
Well,
Look at that.
That's actually
full
true.
confidence. Capital has another settler, 2 more workers. He went to get the Wanderer as well, in the same spot as I did. He just basically
he can steal the worker, by the way.
And he can basically control my whole land. All my salt cannot be worked at all.
He's got a move on that scout. He can try to steal your worker.
At this point, he can do whatever he wants. I am in complete defensive mode, and I'm collapsing quite fast. My other city, which is working religion, has no hammers whatsoever.
Why are you not backing the scout to the worker? It's so crazy. Oh my God, it's gonna. No, he did not good. He could have easily steal that worker. Wow. Oof. Well,
he's
I guess
holding on to the salts. He's stopping me from working tiles.
Yeah, but the worker would be so much more important, I think. Well, maybe not. And you just chopped out the tundra. Good job.
At this point, any hammers is good for me, or?
Yes, I know.
And since I couldn't really work too many tiles, I think fairly logical to chop anything.
And he's actually going to plant like on top of the Lake Victoria, so he's going to get it because he's got the extra worker to get the gems out. Wow.
Yeah, you're also getting all those luxuries like the citrus right there.
So were you thinking about GGing right now, or you had any hopes?
I don't think I'd ever GG, and yes, I do have hope. It is a setback for me, but settlers have no real effect on my emotional abilities. The worker really is getting me mad, but what it really is really making me destroy me a little on my confidence is that he has zone of control surrounding my capital. This is what I did the first previous game. I always had zone of control on his capital, which gave me an advantage early on.
But that is over right now. He's backing off.
So since he has zoning control my capital, I'm quite disappointed I can't work any of my salts. Yeah, he basically gets crushed here. This is where he makes a few tactical mistakes on me, which has very little effect. But since I was able to get that nice chop from the tundra tile, I got a good
nice chop from the tundra. Yeah,
I
nice
was able to
chop
get a
from
nice
tundra.
archer out of it. And his army gets destroyed. So I'm back in business. Yes,
Sort of.
A little setback,
Sort of.
yes, but his
Sort of.
His whole army got completely decimated. And I'm going back to expanding now. So I'm building a new settler.
Okay.
And I was able, by the way, to get my other city in the back to population 2. So now I'm not only working religion, but it is helping me out on food. So a little more science. As you can see the demographics, he is winning an 11 science to my 8. He's getting trapping, which is, somewhat useful, I guess. Not too useful. There's no trapping resources that we need except for the one in the capital. There's a deer.
By the way, I don't see any horses on this map.
Horses on this map, it seems to be a problem for me, especially since the only one I see is south of my capital when it's just out of range. And if you see his land, he's working horses right now in his capital. No, it's not a cattle. No, I'm sorry, it's a bison. No, there's
Yeah,
no
exactly.
horseman either.
Horse is like in front. Okay, Archer down. And 2 units retreating. Okay, good stuff. So you're taking the control at least.
Yeah, I retake control of my capital's zone of control, and I can re-export, re-expand, and then continue fighting. So
well,
I wasn't really...
Free worker was kind of painful though.
Yeah, the free worker is extremely painful since he gets to build a settler and hold on to that worker to wherever he wants to go.
Where is he going with that settler? He's going to settle there? Or next to it?
At this point, I have no vision on what he's doing.
Okay.
So
yeah, but you can...
completely ignorant what he's doing right now.
I'm just wondering, what was his plan? He kind of blocked off the gem spot right now.
Well, there's multiple gems in this map. It's not
that's true. But still.
It's not a huge resource. Yeah, he planted just for the one, I'm assuming?
Nah, 1, 2, 3. He could have planted on the south and get the gems, but the spot is on the hill as well, so I don't understand that. This way he's probably never gonna go for the gems because tiles are like never gonna go to the hill south.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of resources that he basically still has to explore. No, he's building a lot of scouts. But my religion, as you can see, is going quite strong. I am still at +7, at 72. So on a defensive game with the pagodas and the abilities of getting a strong faith, which I'm going to be getting with my gems, my salt is getting worked right now, which has had a little delay, but I am feeling much more confident in this game.
Those hammers in that capital are just amazing. 17 hammers. He's got no iron. No, he's got iron working. He settled on the iron. Well,
well, they're lucky for him.
No. Wait a second.
Yep.
His iron is on the other side of the river. Okay.
Oh, okay. And he is working the trapping to get that one deer, which I don't think is a great thing, but if you get it for free, I guess. Here I am working trapping after him. So +3 turns. That extra capital with the extra science is just at this point taking a huge lead over me. Gets horseback riding in 5 turns, which is very fast. And he's only bleeding gold very light, while I'm actually bleeding gold more than he is. And he has no Pantheon yet.
He's not working the Wonder. I don't know why though. Grow. Grim wants to grow.
And as you can see, I replanted that settler, so I mean I can work it now. Now it's fine. So I am going to get that word that settler
out of sync for a
the gem city, which I've been wanting to get since the beginning of the game. I was kind of hoping to use that gem city as a blocker city so I can work all my salts. It didn't really work out very well, but since I am going to get it soon. Basically, things are back on track.
You're gonna plant on the gems?
I was considering it. I wasn't sure at 100%. I never usually am 100%. I always calculate between other cities to know where one city is going to be planted. So then I'm just going to do the mathematical calculations of where is the best defensive spot compared to where I can plant my other spots.
Well, Gem City seems quite defensible.
Yeah, I think in Gem Cities, plus I have the Pantheon for the gems, so planting on it directly, it just gives me happiness and without having problems working Faith and Gold. Gems is probably a very strong resource with that +2 Faith for gems.
Right.
But as you can see, he's going high gold, high production, high basically everything. And see, I think hasn't worked his first Pantheon yet. He's a pop 3 city. Well, kind of weird.
Nope.
Surprising. And that North Scout of mine basically went nowhere. Just ran into the city. I am basically scouting his wonder because I technically never found them. So those +2 happiness for me is worth a scout.
Yeah, but it's gonna be only +1.
Well, if he didn't have it, I kind of got there a little later than I usually would have. Usually I like to go explore.
Well, maybe if you can... you could have stepped on the worker. Maybe you could have seen the one there. I'm like, you're on the hill, +3 vision. Didn't want to risk it?
Which worker is that?
I mean, that scout that went north, if you would 1, 2, 3, yeah, you should see 4 tiles, right? Like just
that's the forest or blocking. I don't see very much. Like, trying to figure out what you're looking at exactly. But
no, I mean like that scout that you backed off. That's also right to see the wonders.
By the way.
Yeah, I see that. But if you would try to snatch the worker, basically, I think you would notice you would see the other wonder, basically.
And as you can see, he planted the city beside the iron and the horses there. So that city to my front city is extremely close. And that's my only front blocker city for the moment, while he's running on 4 cities.
Where's the follow-up settler for the other gems?
Good question.
Yeah, good question, huh?
At this point, I still have quite a production deficit on him. So
Yeah, but I think like if you have the map control, like 2 settlers and just go for that second gems, you would be like perfect setup. 2 frontal city blocking him off.
He has a settler coming before I get there.
Yes. But he still needs to get on top of the gems, so.
And I still have to work my capital to grow it. If you haven't noticed, my capital has all this salt, which I'm not working, and I am quite happy. I'm trying to grow as fast as possible.
Alright, he outmoved you here. Bam.
He outmoves me everywhere.
Okay, he's getting his first Pantheon though. What shall he choose? Probably Iron. Or just Science. Nah, Messenger of the Gods all the time.
As you can see, he also moved the Scout. I couldn't get any of these.
Yeah.
And he got the Settler off, the exact spot that I couldn't take it. Now, if he would have gotten there a little later than I would, or if I could fast click him, I could technically take that Settler like he did to me. But
at this point, you're sitting on 3 cities and he's on 4, almost 5 cities.
Yeah, but I've lost faith in my fast clicks. He's been every basically fast click he's won. Previous game, he won only 50% of them, but in this game, he's at 100%.
Furo has a question to you. Soon 5 city versus 3 and he has tech advantage. What would you advise here, Tony? Try rush or try to defend?
Defense. At this point, defense. You never want to rush with a different
Core,
production advantage.
Core, you need to invite Nightbot to your channel.
You can have the commands. You can save a lot of production by playing defense. Your cities take hits. The amount of... I gave up on this attack, by the way.
Good call.
You play defense. Basically, you try to regroup your armies into smaller set defensive spots. When you're on the offense, they have to fight in a larger range, so you get a lot more heals. You get a lot of more like bonuses. Defense is quite valuable, especially when you do get large enough army. You can do counterattacks. So if somebody's pushing on you, and you just keep retreating. It makes their line of support. I'm not sorry. Line of supply is a lot longer, and while it shortens yours, so you can basically hold on to less units and defend quite well. So at this point, I'm looking at defense. And
at this point, no way. How could you count on religion to save you if he's got a natural wonder too? I'm like, there's no reason to have any assumption. Yeah, but
just the
what?
First one, and then all the top 1 cities will convert to one side or the other.
Yes, and he's gonna get more. So the only benefit you're gonna get is gold.
Yeah, well, at this point, I didn't know I was gonna get completely crushed on that first settler, so that plan was kind of
yeah, but anyways, I'm like, if you see from the start, basically, let's hear your thought process, because from the start, there's Fate Wonders, and he's gonna get a Fate Wonder that he's also gonna plant.
No. I was gonna get it fast, and then I was gonna surround
But you don't get my point. Stop him throughout the whole course of the game.
No. I only needed about 10 turns.
But that doesn't matter. I mean, like, look at this from this point of view. Most of the time, like, he's got a huge start lead right now. Well, okay, maybe he wouldn't have. But what I mean is, religion at this stage of the game, okay, it would give you gold, but what would you possibly could do with gold? You're still gonna give him happiness because he's gonna work out. Basically,
it's not about getting gold. It's about controlling all the cities. One, the +2 gold, yes, but it's also about getting Defender of the Faith. You really want Defender of the Faith, and you really want to get it before your liberty is complete.
Yeah, but Defender of the Faith works on defend.
Depending on the one you want to get, depending on what happens in the particular game. Defender of the Faith is very strong, and it is still buggy, so it does work very well. But The Just War gives you the 20% on the opposite direction. So depending on what situation it is, it gives you the liberty of picking something that's good. And see, as you can see, I already have my religion. And he has, 27 faith? So
I absolutely don't agree with that. Grim is not working Fate, which is absolutely unreasonable for him because, for me, right now, if you get the first religion, I don't care. Right? I have a hammer religion right now, I just work the Fate, and I use your religion. I give you the gold, take all them up, I don't care, you pick Defender of the Fate, fine, you're gonna have a little bit combat boost, you pick Attacking Nice Scout, there, Pillage Assault, but then, for the later game, if I have a stronger start, I can pressure you, you just gonna fall down behind because I'm gonna use your religion to my benefit too, and the only benefit you're gonna get from the religion is the Shrine and, Shrine Happiness and combat bonus, maybe. But right now, he's just going crazy with the cities.
Well, his production, his capital, is crushing mine since the beginning of the game. At this point, for that amount of damage, is because of the salt. He had to work way
Hey, Zira, how are you?
He's also planted on hills, which is giving me a huge advantage. He scouted both my wonders, which had basically got him a free city plant, and he stole my settler. So the amount of damage he did to me, regardless of religion, is huge. But in a normal circumstance, which has a game lasting as long as game 1, that overall religious bonus that I would get would be ridiculously strong because the Shrine Happiness is basically a desperate move at this point. I usually wouldn't have gotten the Shrine Happiness. I would have gotten the +2 production for specialists, or something like that. I would basically have more hammers with. But at this point, I'm playing in desperate mode since it's basically crushing me.
Yes.
So I think I would have played a little different with religion if I was able to develop it longer. But I'm kind of happy that I have it this fast. And I'm still building settlers, so I mean I can build my 1-pop cities after my religion and still have my religion go everywhere. Now look at that, great live.
Yeah, library. Library in Second City.
1 turn is a very strong 1 turn, by the way. Great live and teamers. A lot of teamers I've been watching, people haven't been building Great Live. Great Live is probably the best 1 turn. You can do so much damage with Great Live. It's just any free tech, and then you can get a free wonder with an engineer once you get Liberty done. So it's basically a multiple effect of getting crazy stuff with 0 hammers.
Gold! He's actually not working gold in his cap for some unknown reason.
Oh, I don't think he has to. There he goes. He goes and gets iron working, which is kind of weird. I didn't expect that.
Well, he has 1 coastal, so...
There is an advantage of getting the religion also, is that if you do have a production like somewhat regular game, or it's even, a Stonehenge bonus would be like a pagoda ability, where you can start building pagodas everywhere, which would be hugely helpful since they don't have any maintenance. They give you all the stuff you need and cost no production.
Yes,
there is no
yes,
chance of me getting Stonehenge. There is no chance.
Yes, Zira. He needs more cities, but as he said, he's in desperate mode.
Yes, at this point I lost that whole frontal ability, and you can see 6 cities to 2. My happiness is quite high, but I was not able to build anything since my capital was just basically doing very little. Yes, I need more cities. I lost a settler, so I mean that city was kind of like planted. Would have been nice. I would have had both gems by now, and would have given me +2 extra faith as well, and plenty more gold, which would have been very helpful.
Well, this is an interesting plan for a frontal city.
And I get to have that little, there you go, gem city. So there is that +2 gold, +2 faith I'm looking for, which I could have had a nice while ago. Now, see, as you can see, my capital still has no horses.
Okay, one little question though. Sailing? Seriously?
Sailing, I think I click on sailing because I want to just get rid of the screen. I don't really need sailing, and I don't want to have chariot, so I'm basically just holding on to any random stuff.
No other random stuff that could be useful?
Well,
First city.
I just clicked on anything.
There we go. Okay, you go for first city. Nice.
Now that plant there of that front city is surrounded by jungle, which is very defensible. There's no hills that can bomb you, so that city even looks like it's very vulnerable. Is extremely well defendable.
Yes, it's very well defendable. All the jungle tiles there.
And look at that, pyramids. No?
Yeah.
No.
He can do whatever he wants.
Let's get off all this stuff and go build more armies. Yay, because, well, I'm getting crushed on armies. I mean, he basically is destroying me this game.
He's got double your hammers right now. Like,
yeah, but it's not the hammer count. His unit per unit is destroying me. Every time he has one unit and I have one, I die, and he basically runs away. I have no flanking in this game. He's basically out-scouted me. He's getting a lot of scouts, which is just so deadly. He basically can move them at the end of the turn. Look at that, chariots. And I still haven't no horses yet. So I can't build any chariots either.
Good job. I think your army in North is gonna get crushed right now.
Well, he has me quite outnumbered, and at this point I don't see very much of his southern army building up there. It's hard to compete with something with twice your hammers account at this early game.
Depressing game, Mr. Tony. Depressing game.
He also routing all the cities, looks like. It's just such a huge advantage over me.
Yeah, double the culture, I might add.
Double everything. At this point, everything's completely doubled. I'm getting quite frustrated myself at this point as well. I have units in the zone of control around... But look at the demographics. I mean, he's it's just. I pointed out on my screen if you guys watched. It's just I circled the whole map. That's everything. He had an advantage over me, just 100% of everything. So as you guys can see, Grimmstripper is good if he has better circumstances. And the Babylon, he might have made a mistake with the academy. So I am quite tired. I am quite defeated in this game. I don't know what to say. And there's multiple mistakes. There's multiple mistakes on the basically all fronts on my demographics.
Multiple.
Yeah. But if you listen to previous what yours said, salt starts are special to all the other resources. Getting that worker to work them is ridiculously strong. You don't have to get a granary. You save those hammers. You don't have to lose one extra hammer. You don't even need this city to be planted on a hill. And if you do have it on a hill, like he does in this game, it's a doubling of production on the start without any question. Nobody can do anything. So those settlers come out really fast.
Yep.
So that is something I'm going to be learning myself in my future duel times, that if I do have a ridiculously 3-tile salt start, to rush workers.
Yeah, most of the time it works well. I mean, like, you do sometimes... Wait a second. I don't know, there are a couple of people that I played with from US, basically, and, like, all the time, even in Ancient, they start off with the worker, and they still have the similar start. Like, start off with the worker, no monument, no nothing. Worker first. And then just go from there.
The problem with that is that you get sniped by players like me who rush scouts.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
You rush a worker, and I rush a scout, and then you're going to lose. In all circumstances, that worker will not be able to chop anything. There's no, you don't have mining tech, and I'll be at your capital in a duel before you get mining. So, like I did in the first game, if you watched, he was trying to chop a forest without mining. Not very helpful. Yes. And you're basically, the only tile you can work is a horse. So my scout can either destroy that horse tile for the extra gold, or steal a worker.
Well, so, I kind of like what he picked for the free tech. I mean, like, swordsmen are strong.
Well, I mean, as far as the free tech goes, I mean, it didn't really matter which one you picked.
Nah, I think it was a correct pick.
And I have no horses. I have not got any resources at all. All I have is the 4 iron. And if you look at that, 4 iron, 0 horses on turn 55.
9 hammers behind. Actually,
9 hammers don't matter as long as I fight horses.
I do have a question for you. I mean, I know you like monuments a lot, but what's the purpose right now of putting like 3 cities on buildings when you need troops because you're losing the front right now?
I'm hoping I can hold the defensive line. Because, even without numbers...
Okay. I'm just gonna stop you for a second. Defensive line works best when you have something that can shoot.
The cities. I'm using my cities as defense.
Okay.
Yeah, the cities are not easy to retake. The gem cities on a hill surrounded by jungle, and my other cities surrounded by jungle. Both cities have huge defensive value since they cannot be shot from 2 tiles away. So to take that city, you would need melee units in large quantities or a flanking advantage. So for that advantage, military-wise, I can't really do very much, and I'm just trying to catch up right now. So, I mean, I don't think he can take any of my cities. And at this point, I'm just growing and trying to catch up with demographics, which is just so scary.
Yes, for I love to troll Tony a little bit.
Me and Yoruus have been playing together for many years, so he does play sometimes a different style than I do, and makes fun of me when I make mistakes.
No, it's just...
I take it lightheartedly since I've been crushing lately, so. And the FF games we've been playing, so... No worries.
Well, I gotta admit though, about the level of play versus Tony, I did win, I believe, only 1 duel versus him in the whole history of our games, so...
No, that's not true. You actually won 2 back-to-back at one point, and I think you have 3 total victories.
Ooh. Yes. Thank you for the compliment. Oh, now I can go fly somewhere in my big balloon.
But both me and Yoruus don't play duels very often. I personally detest them. I've gotten this far in the duel, and in previous duels, I've gotten to the semifinals as well. And I have lost against Grimmstripper, by the way. He is extremely strong, makes very little military mistakes, and always wins on those first strikes, if he wants them. So, Grimmstripper is my my Achilles heel. That Babylon game was my first ever duel win versus Grimmstripper.
Whoa.
So when I saw it in my brackets, I was not too pleased.
Oh, he intimidates you just because he's him, huh?
Well, he is the best, I think, in duels. He basically prioritizes the duels. He understands the mechanics of fighting duels very well. And as you can see in this game, is a big difference from the middle game I had before. The one I control the zone, control the middle game. This one, he has complete domination on it. I am trying to play catch-up.
By the way, just to take a note, your religion does not give you at this moment even the science he is making with minus 21 GPT.
Yeah, my religion has no effect at this point.
Yes.
But religion is usually on the long-term basics. The faster you get it, the better it is. But I lost at +2 gems on the 2 city spots that I want to plant. So my religion, not only is it weaker than I thought it would be with the monument, I'm supposed to have twice as much on a planned gem place.
Furo, I imagine he just wants to warm up. Furo is asking why are you not GGing at this point?
I don't GG. It's basically the same reason why Grim didn't GG in the first game. GG is not a good tactic or overall strategy. You never want your opponent to basically scare you into a GG or take a military advantage. There's always something to learn even though you're losing. So I'm learning in this game what he does on a different advantage. So if I ever see him in the future and where he takes a military advantage, I want to know if he's going to just keep growing, keep fighting, keep pushing. There's just so much knowledge to be gained, even in a loss, that sometimes you kind of want to see how things develop. And even when you're losing, especially in a defeatist purpose I am in this game, I want to kind of see how far he would take it. Is he going to go all north, south? So I'm kind of curious. I mean, there's a lot about losing and that you kind of want to know how badly you can lose.
Tony?
Yes.
Can I crop out this part of the video and upload it with big exclamation marks on my YouTube channel? Because this is the smartest thing you said in a long time.
That's up to you. It's fine. I approve. Well, no, the percent of chance of winning games against any other player except for Grimmstripper, I would still say it's 50-50. Or maybe 30-40 or something, 30-70 or something at the worst. Against a high-end player. A low-end player or a new player, even with a big disadvantage, I don't mind losing cities. and I can do a lot of damage, but Grimmstripper is an exception. There's a few other players like a Tommy and T. A Tommy and T would be, I would give myself 0% chance, and a Grimmstripper at this point is pretty close to a 0% chance. But it's the knowledge of gaining game. There is a lot of I need to do, and if you quit every time, you get into that mentality, sometimes quitting preemptively, and I've seen that happen many times. I've also played games many times as well by losing my capital, not in a duel, because if you can't, but in teamers, you can lose all your cities and all your capitals, and I'm still able to come back and win. What is about secularism?
No, Zero, it was not about secularism. Hey, Baba! Now I can freely say, hey, Baba, my love. My wife is not listening.
And I've been, oh boy. And I played Baba as well, so hi Baba. I played Baba many times. Baba usually goes all in on his military versus me in many games, so I know his tactics, and defense versus Baba has been very effective, so he wouldn't be one of those players I would be giving up right away.
Wow, demographics. The demographics, 20 hammer advantage right now. 20 hammers.
Yeah, it's just
and
the army
huge
numbers,
army.
And that Swordman on my city there is just like the perfect jungle defense thing. Opposite of saying, you don't want that, and that's exactly what he has. I can't kill Swordmans with that city.
Nope. That was my the question before. Why are you making buildings right now when he's like such a huge advantage in there?
Well, I still have to have buildings yours. At one point, you have to basically depend on your fighting style or abilities. If you're just gonna build more units, he's just gonna wait.
Okay. Okay. But now, like, answer me this question right now. You're gonna lose a frontal city with a general, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm even wondering right now. Okay, GG. Oh, that's why. Okay. Was like, what?
Yeah, once you realize that city was completely dead, and I still haven't had any horses. He has both chariots and swordmen.
Yes.
There is a little point that I would say just this point is ridiculous. My frustration level was extremely high. I did think about maybe having some sort of a pushback, but the swordmen on my front border with chariots on the flank.
Tony, I gotta say, Tony,
boost his confidence.
In this game, he just dominated you, like, totally.
Yeah.
In every category.
Domination. Yeah, complete domination. Easy. That salt start he played extremely well, while my settlers option was disastrous. I never recovered from it. Losing the second settler was worse.
Yeah.
The scout fighting at the start was horrible on my part, since I was able to move to his capital. He bombed me on a half a second left at the end of the turn, and then got me at the beginning of the next turn. While he moved on my city with half a second left, and I was not able to bomb him, and he was also able to retreat and recover, and I have no damage. So, I mean, a mixing of the start physical fighting, which I got completely dominated, settlers, and positioning, became a recipe for a complete disaster.
Yeah, welcome. Well, I gotta admit, first of all, welcome to game 3, basically, but what I would just want to say is like, what I wanted to say, like, is, after the first game, like, in the first game, your win was sort of hard fought, right? It was a very even game. And now, in this game, you got totally slaughtered. Now, tell me just, what did you feel about after this game? I want to know.
I was completely disheartened with this game. I believe I won game 1 because I know Babylon better than he did. Those composites at the end of the game that he was building instead of one-turn bowman was a mistake, and that's a Babylon option, which is a newer civ that he's used to. And then also the academy I had faster than he did, and the zone of control I did. All those options I did in game 1, I couldn't do in game 2, and that was basically hugely disheartening for me. I knew game 3 I wouldn't have the Babylon effect that I did, so I basically thought that it would be a repeat of game 2. Knowing this in advance, I hopefully play better in game 3, but I am completely disheartened at this point.
Well, one more time, GG, Mr. Grimm and Mr. Tony.
Yes, Mr. Grimm is very good. I mentioned that many, many times.
Yes.